Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's so large. Yeah. Oh, dude. Wow, out of context, that sounds even worse. Talking about the image that the Discord embed, the link that got embedded in the Discord decided to use the very zoomed in version of my profile picture, even though the one above it is just smaller and then also has words, and it's much nicer. Twitch, if you could be consistent, please. I'd appreciate it. A lot. Like a lot. I should probably put that into that. Yeah. Subscribe to, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. You would certainly be a surprise to me if anyone managed to subscribe. I haven't even hit affiliate. We know this. I haven't even streamed in apparently a month. I didn't realize it had been that long, but it has. Yeah, the 25th of January, February, March, April. Yeah, it is April. I was like, hmm? But here we are, returned. Yeah. So I'm hoping PC issues are fixed. I'm hoping. My graphics card is still very much barely up to the task because it is a 6GB 2060. I should probably put these in the down below somewhere at some point, but yeah, it's a 6GB 2060 from when the card was, you know, just came out. It's the MSI version. What is it? Ventus XS? Yeah, I have the box over there still. So it's not like the Founders Edition or whatever. I can't remember what they did that with, but it's still old. Especially in technology years. It's been 5 years. Still trucking along though. Somehow. But yeah, come to find out, it was not just my CPU, like I thought that was dying. It was the power supply, because thankfully I replaced that too. And, well, that improved the frame rate when it felt like it shouldn't have. It was fine. But yeah. We'll go with Ask her. For the first time message of balls. Fair enough. Thanks for the follow. Yeah. Where was I? Right. So considering the like 20 FPS increase I got from putting in the new PSU, I'm gonna say that was dying. And then I got the CPU in, which was already an upgrade of itself. Doing better than 2. But, you know, when your GPU barely meets the minimum specs for, like, smaller games these days, it's probably time to upgrade. Thankfully, I'd be able to. Okay. I think I get. Thanks for stopping by, though. The internet. A glorious place filled with random people doing random things. And bots. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but I guess innocent until proven guilty? I don't exactly have enough experience to tell immediately off the bat. Sometimes you can, because they do like the obvious canned messages. Hi, how are you? What are you doing? How long have you been streaming? And they don't really respond when you say anything. I figure. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, though. Have fun in, I guess whatever it is you're going to go do. But yeah. AI is getting smarter. There's both a good and bad thing, I suppose, as long as you don't antagonize them. But then you get Skynet. I personally would prefer no Skynet, but there's also that catch-22 that if you assume they're bad and then you pigeonhole them into becoming Skynet, then you create Skynet, and it's just a really awkward situation. So, you know, assume the best until the worst happens, and you're allowed to plan for the worst too, I suppose. Hope for the best, plan for the worst is probably... I mean, it's a little draining, but less likely to screw you over than assuming that everything will go perfectly. But yeah. Moderately upgraded PC. Ooh, right, the graphics card. Assuming... Okay. It's not out yet, so we don't know what the actual price is going to be. But the MSRP that... I said NVIDIA. Definitely not NVIDIA. No. Not looking at a 5060, which is apparently just horrible. Unless you're upgrading from a literal paperweight, maybe. The 9060 XT by AMD should, technically for the 16GB version, because I'm not getting an 8GB card, that kind of defeats purpose, is $350-ish, which is achievable. And lets me put some money into my savings account, which is also nice. I would really like to be able to do that. Future planning in the present is better than none. Better late than never, really. Not having had a quote-unquote real job up until ever kind of limits the options there. But there's a bunch of reasons for that. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah, this isn't gonna be a super long stream. Hey, for attacks. Because not better than 70%, but also that's sort of an excuse to just work back into it, because it's apparently been a month. And anxiety is a thing. But I'm excited. If it is actually $350 for the 9060, then I can get that. And then I can go back to actually streaming games. I'm so happy. I hope so. I got back multi-tab support, i.e. my PC didn't immediately... Oh, it's so snappy. I can just open more... I suppose for just the lulz. Yeah, this is what I'm doing at the moment. Just because I can. It's no reason. Just because I can. No stutters. No freezing. No nothing. It's so smooth. And it continues onwards. Okay, well, Google Chrome has had enough of me, so I'm just gonna let it stop there. But the point is, I can do a somewhat reasonable just chatting stream now, which is nice. I do... Like, I mean, it's been like a week since I practiced the guitar again, because I said I was going to get back into that, but then anxiety, because I had to put all of the parts in. Oh my... Oh, right. How could I forget? It's because it's quiet now, because I took out the stupid VRM fan casing that doesn't fit, and rubbed against the radiator fan. Very loud. Okay, so long story short, since I got the 9800 XT, the okay, Ryzen 7 9800 XT, right? So I got that. Decently hot card, right? 105 TDP? Yeah, I think that's right. And I figured, alright, should probably go with like an AIO or something. So I did. Turns out I can't read, because the one that I looked up was the Liquid Cooler by... No, Liquid Freezer by Arctic Cooling. Ironic, I know. 3, but Pro? The Pro version. Presumably they upgraded the disastrous, absolutely horrendous, at least for AMD, mounting setup that they have for the CPU. But even MAN, okay, look, I had a reason. It's called stress-induced anxiety, technically, because everything kept crashing. But we're back now. Still limited by GPU, but... Can I show this? I think I can show this. Is that... Can I pick it up? No, it's not. What do I need? What do I need to make that show? What if... Is it considered a game? Still about... Yeah, that's fair. I don't like leaving things unfinished. This is technically something that'll never be finished, because streaming is a... well, it's a for fun thing, mostly. Hopefully, career of sorts eventually, but what in the heck? Can I get the window? Can I? So obnoxious. How did I fix this before? Management scale, filtering, transform. Enter to screen? That didn't do anything. Oh boy. But yeah, anyway, long story. Don't get the Arctic. Don't get the Liquid Freezer 3. Because I think I spent literally 3 hours trying to mount that thing on my motherboard. Not helped by the fact that the backplate of my motherboard decided that it didn't feel like staying and it would just fall off on its own without anything holding it in. What am I talking? That means that I... Oh hey, I got it back. Wait, that's image 3. No. Oh my... Okay, you know what? I twied. Alright, where's... anything after 1? But yeah, I upgraded the power supply, which... Good thing, because apparently mine was dying. I say that as a complete guess, that's just an educated guess, because replacing the power supply improved my FPS in games. Which shouldn't happen, if the parts are getting the power that they need. So that was... I listened to my gut for once. I know. Be proud of me. Praise me. Yeah, I deserve it. I also upgraded my CPU because that was the main thing that I was pretty sure was dying, in that it wasn't using the RAM correctly and would then crash. And I'm very annoyed because this is not allowing me to do what I want to do. Wait, if that'll work there, why does that not? Oh, okay. Whatever. That'll work now. Okay, so. Uh-huh. Not bad. Yeah. Ryzen 7 5800 X. It doesn't show the T, but it is. Rest assured. Wait, can I get that? Like that. Alright, cool. So yeah. It's doing pretty good. I can play Helldivers 2 again, which I'm very excited about. It only crashed once, but I'm pretty sure that was because of the anti-cheat, not the PC. Because it gets solid frame rate. Which is nice. It's so nice. Although, one audit... Okay, so... As much as I love Helldivers 2, okay, because I do, it's a great game. It's not the most well optimized in the slightest. So if I put everything down to the lowest possible settings, I get less frame rate than I do if I turn the settings to high. Yeah, I don't get it either. Hmm. 55. Nice. Need to get back into Advanced Super Earth again? Literally. Literally, because Super Earth is being invaded, so you're needed now more than ever. Also, there's crossplay technically, so if I got it working so that I could actually get people to join me, then that could happen. I can't stream it, obviously, because it runs in... Granted, the one... Wouldn't that be less intensive? I don't know, it's a cityscape, so whatever. But it's at, like... hovers around 60. Did a few missions and barely made it alive. Then you're just... Great experience. It's exactly how it's supposed to go. If you have a dramatic... What's it? Photo finish. You're doing it right. It's technically speaking, as long as you complete the objective and even if you don't extract, you're still doing it right. You're just, you know, no bonus points. So, hey. Depends on what's important, of course. Granted. The all-important samples require you to extract. So, ideally you extract, but if you don't extract and you complete the mission, well done, soldier. Little soldiers for helping you. So you played recently then? Yeah. The amount of times that the... What are they called? The something TF? DF? PDF? What a great acronym that was. They've thrown so many grenades at me after I killed the thing that was there and almost killed me. I can't count. Okay, I could, but it's like not worth my time. Half your health, one grenade. Cool. Yeah. It's like, cool, I killed it. Why do I hear and then explosion and then it's... I'm flying like 5 feet through the air into a wall. Which doesn't feel great if you've never done that. Not recommended at all. Yeah. Yeah. Still worth it though. Still worth it. Super Earth ain't gonna defend itself. Even if I can only play so many missions in a row before I get slightly overwhelmed. Yeah. They did their duty in delaying the advance of the Illuminate forces, so it's okay. We'll mourn them later. Probably. It'll be mandated, surely. Until then, though, plenty of fighting to do. All across Super Earth. Probably later. It's a good de-stressing game, usually. Granted, I generally play it solo, so it's a little more stressful. But, you know, not that I'm antisocial or anything, but, I might have social anxiety just slightly. Just a little bit. Small amount. Kind of. Technically not. Do you diagnose that? Does that get diagnosed? Probably. Everything can be diagnosed these days, surely, so... How far in difficulty do I do solo? I think I've been running 7? Yeah, 7? I forget what the name of the difficulty is, but I swap between... Okay, I was swapping between 5, 6, and 7, just so I could dodge the, extract high-value executives or whatever mission. But now I just have to swap between cities for that, because otherwise it stays the same. And, yeah. I mean, it's not that hard. You just bring the guard dog. Preferably this... Well, no, I've taken to bringing the giant laser. And I tried the plasma scorcher. Not ideal. Fun, I like it, but not ideal. And then, of course, the 500 kilogram Eagle Strike, because you have to. You have to bring that. It's a requirement. Anyway. Look, I do have... When did the first Modern Warfare come out? Like 15 years, we'll call it, of FPS experience, and then some third person with Halo and whatnot. So I've been doing this a while. A lot of the weapons got nerfed, but then again, haven't played in a year. Yeah, some of them did. I don't know what exactly, because I wasn't diligently following the patch notes, because I couldn't play the game. Yeah, but now I can. I tried to get Alto in, but couldn't join. That is the one annoying problem, I guess. Is sometimes it's like, oh, actually, you just don't get to join the lobby, and you don't really know why. I think it's probably because it doesn't... No, I don't know. There's some weird stuff that goes on with that, but theoretically, verifying game files and then clearing Steam cache and whatnot should have fixed it, so we'll see. When I drag Alto in at some point. He's sick at the moment, so I'm taking Mercy. Slightly. Not that I'm shy at all. No, that's not it. The lesson here is go after the things that you want in life, because no one's gonna do it for you. In this case, defending Super Earth, no one can do it for you. Only you can do your part. Just, try and succeed at the mission. The last one I did earlier this morning was it take down the overship? Talk about a photo finish. I had barely finished getting it shot down because you have to aim the massive cannon, right? On your own. And you have to actually like turn the wheels. You obviously press left and right on the arrow keys, but your character spins it. And you don't exactly have a sight, so you need to line it up with the ship and then go actually fire it at the console. Which, a lot easier with multiple people doing it, obviously. Not that I'd have this experience. But, barely managed to get the overship shot down with seconds to spare, and then I had to run across the entire city to the extraction with 0 reinforcements left. It, yeah. Yeah. It's a close thing. But fun. Exhilarating, even. It's a good time. At least Helldivers 2 knows what it is, and it delivers on what it is, which is a horde shooter. Sometimes it's not very kind to you. Like when you have ships that are flying way overhead firing artillery at you. And you don't have the weapons to take care of them, which is why I started carrying the laser around. Yeah. I miss the Khazar. I miss the Khazar cannon being good. I miss it. I want it back. Now the reload is too long to like bring on a solo mission, because it just is impossible. Especially on level 7. Okay, like admittedly, if I were on a lower level, it would be doable. But the amount of enemies that swarm you at that difficulty is not tenable without the right weapons. Apparently it's effective against... Yeah, it's pretty effective. It can take out their walkers, it takes out the chaff, and it takes out the larger guys. So, all in all, pretty good. Also, it can take out the fighters, which is... I haven't seen those because I don't... Wait, no, I do play the difficulty where those could show up, but they haven't yet. So you stream. I want to stream Helldivers. If the 9060 XT is the price that AMD, I keep wanting to say Nvidia because I'm so used to doing Nvidia stuff, but AMD says it's going to be, which is $350 for the 16GB model, then I can get that. And then I should be able to stream Helldivers, which will be nice. Free RAM is very helpful when you're doing stuff like streaming or playing games in general, obviously, but I'm stuck on a 2060. The original one. Oh, okay, the MSI version, not the base NVIDIA model. But it's only got 6GB of VRAM, and it's 5 years old. That's an eternity in tech years. So it's a miracle that it's even functioning realistically, considering how long I went without cleaning it out even of dust. My bad. So yeah. I could maybe stream League as things are, but I don't really want to test it. Anyway, the point is, that's supposed to launch in 2 weeks, on the 5th of June. So we'll see. I should maybe be able to do that. With some room in the budget to spare. Standing in line. Hey, there's nowhere that I could go to buy it. Okay. But yeah, I don't know if I want to get... Because see, I want to wait for the reviews so that I can know, as far as like cooling wise, how it's going to do, or whether it's worth going through like, I almost said AMD, like getting a another vendor through an event. Basically, MSI or one of those type, not Asus, not Asus, but that, because if it has better performance and it's a slightly more, then I'd go for that. But yeah, 2 weeks to find that out. Well, probably less time for the reviews to come out. Those might come out like a week before. I don't know. Just get it and YOLO it. I feel like that would be a bad idea. I don't know why it'd be a bad idea. But I just feel like it'd be a bad idea, so. Let's call it 3 weeks until I can start streaming games again, reliably. This is convenient because it's also summer, which means it's warmer, which means lower thermal performance. Because everything's hotter, so the PC's taking in air that's hotter, which means it doesn't cool as much as it otherwise would. But, lucky me. That really only applies to the RAM, I suppose, and the graphics card, because I got the AIO. AC. There is an AC component, but you want to know something funny about AC units, weeb? They cost money to run, because they take a lot of electricity. So, I don't know if you've noticed, okay, we're at what, 128 followers? And nowhere near reaching affiliate. I don't know how many of you there are, because I purposely have that off, so that I can't fixate on it. But yeah. Doesn't technically matter from like an entertainment standpoint. 2 people or 30 people, whatever. But from the standpoint of wanting to make this a sustainable career, bigger number better. Yeah, no income really. So paying for things slightly, what's the word? There's a word for this. Tight. There's just some other stuff like, I don't know, food, having electricity in general. Water's a good one. Yeah. Also, just getting ramen isn't an option because they don't make gluten-free version of cup noodle ramen. Or really any ramen that is cheap. Lucky me. PC part plus AC equals streaming. Okay, I can stream without the AC. It's just that it technically performs slightly worse, but that won't be a problem if I get a new card, because it'll be fine. But the one that I currently have might overheat if I tried to do that, because it'd be like basically at 100% the entire time. You get the picture. That, and I'm still, even though I can do, hold on. This hasn't quite gotten old yet. Even though I can do this, give me a sec. Tab. Whereas before it would have lagged, now I can just. Yeah. So, what's your point? It's the little things, Weep. It's the little things. Like it instantly loading. It's so nice. It's so nice. Ah. Sweating over while streaming. I mean, some would say that that enhances the experience when playing Helldivers. It just, you know, you feel more boots on the ground. It's immersive gaming. It's like 4D, but low budget. How else are you supposed to roleplay being in the front lines of Malevolent Creek? Yeah. Yeah. Alternatively, I could just pretend like I have winter gear that's way too good when on colder planets. You know, it's Super Earth has more important things to spend money on than customized winter gear. Kind of a all fits one sort of thing, if you even get winter gear. But yeah. Oh no. But for the moment, everyone should be on Super Earth. Hardware allowing, because I understand that it's somewhat graphically intensive. You can sort of tell. Let's just say that it exposes the flaws in the what's the word here? Optimization of the game. Because it kind of just tanks everyone's frame rate. And also, I mean, technically accurate, but there's few things more annoying or disheartening than calling in an artillery strike, which literally comes from your ship, right? Which is cool, until it hits a building in between where you want it to go and your ship, and it does nothing. California's summer 24/7. Okay, look, depending on where in California, it can get to like the 50s, okay? If you're in like the Bay Area, you can hit 50 degrees, maybe even 40, alright? But yeah, SoCal's basic, it's just... You have summer and fall in SoCal. You have summer and fall. It's like 70s, and then if you're really unlucky, it's like 90s to 100. Yeah. It's been a while since I was in SoCal, okay? Cut me a break. Oh, California. I get this strange feeling I'm gonna end up moving back there. I don't know why. But yeah. Part of it's that I want to be near a micro center. That's part of it. But that's very far future planning things. Because I don't know if you know, yeah, money required for that. But yeah, it's where most of the family is anyway, so probably gonna happen. I mean, the options are that or Thailand, which isn't really an option, and it'd just be me getting dragged there, but it's a little too expensive to get dragged to. Okay. Do I have 3 things that I could list? We'll say 3 things. 3 things that I could say. 3 things? 3 things. Thank you, mouth and tongue, for cooperating and properly enunciating all of the words. I appreciate it. I don't like high heat. Surprise, I know. I don't... Not overly fond of large insects. I know, weird. But no. And I'll just toss in heat again, but with humidity. Because if you've ever experienced like 95-degree temperatures with 100% humidity, you know. You know. I've been to Thailand. Okay, I know what it's like. Scorpions just kind of wander under your table depending on where you are. Also leeches, spiders, snakes, tigers. Free food. Alright, call me picky, but I don't think I could eat a scorpion. No, I can do it. I'm sure it's good protein, but I didn't grow up eating them, and I'm perfectly willing to continue not eating them. This is okay. Things are fine as is. I'll stick to Asian food, but like the more normalized version, pad kaprao, not even a huge fan of pad thai, but I've said pad siu, but I couldn't really have that for a while because it's usually a bunch of soy sauce in that because how they cook the noodles. Pad wun sen? Pad kimao. Drunken noodles. So named because usually you'd have them after you were out all night and they're really, really spicy and they'll sober you up because they're also... Well, they're fried noodles. So, pan-fried. Have you tried turtle? I have not. Fried ones. The hair is weird if... Yeah. I don't even eat peaches because I can't handle the peach fuzz, so that's not happening. But yeah, no, fried turtle. I don't even know where you'd find fried turtle. So I'm gonna go with a solid no. I have not tried fried turtle. Look, I am a weird mix of adventurous and not super fond of change. Okay? It is what it is. Such is life. Turtle soup is really good. I'll take your word for it. Used to have a turtle, slightly biased. They were very creatively named Shelly. Was it a red-eared snapping turtle or something like that? Very cute. Very silly. That's fine. Oh. We also had a toad, but my stepdad was an idiot, and when we went on a camping trip, put in a bunch of large crickets. One of the two species was alive in the enclosure when we got back. I'll give you a guess as to which one. Gotta try moose. I have tried caribou. Tried that in the last... I almost said last year. Oh, how long ago was that? That was like 5 years ago. Oh. Okay. Huh. Time flies. Yeah, that was like right before the pandemic. Ugh. Actually pretty good. Didn't really notice a big difference, to be perfectly honest. I guess a little more gamey as the term goes. Caribou isn't weird. Caribou is just different. Technically, turtle is also just different. I'm just biased. Spiders and scorpions is very much a most of the world doesn't do that. Most places just don't. They didn't have the need. Usually it's places where it's more remote and in between large settlements and whatnot, and they don't have the resources or the available land around them to raise stuff like cattle and crops. Which is why they then turn to scorpions and spiders. Yeah. Needs must and all that, but my needs have not musted, so I no, good. I'm fine. You can keep your spiders. It's okay. More for you. More for you. Part of me wishes I had a 3D model, but it's probably for the best that I don't. Namely for my poor PC. And now, there's something that I'm both looking forward to once I have the money for it, which is whenever this turns into a sustainable, some sort of resource endeavor, I guess, is actually getting to design my own model that I would entirely own and would be unique, and that it could actually fit my taste better than not really goth. Very monochrome, though, admittedly. Minus the collar. Joker, whatever you want to call it. I like it. An accent. That's okay, that is the nice thing about black and white, is you can put just about anything with it, and it works. Almost anything. Okay. Just gotta be able to control how much of each bit that you use, and it'll be fine. But yeah, looking forward to that. Also slightly terrifying, partially because of how much it'll cost to do, but it'll be fun. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do on the color scheme, but I do have some ideas. It's not the first time anyone's done this, but having like... I've kind of come to the realization that my theme was very much... How to put this in a way that doesn't sound bad? Two-sided? Kind of like there's two sides to every argument thing. Yin and yang, basically. So it'd be kind of fun to incorporate that in some way, but not entirely sure how to go about that yet. Because I kind of like the coloration, right? The eye color, hair color, and then of course clothes, a little darker, but it's just the style I'm not super fond of. Yeah. But if you've ever seen, I mean, I guess even if you haven't seen, I can show you. I can show you the world. This, that. There we go. Oh, boy, no. Oh, that's why, because I made it a full thing. Because I'm kind of done. There we go. Okay. It's... No, it's still a little bit at the bottom. Okay, now we're good. Alright. This color scheme, I kind of really like. You can't see it. I'm fairly fond of this color scheme. I like the mixture of the blue, the purple, pink, which I'm not usually huge on pink, right? I'm not really huge on anything that's one solid color, to be perfectly honest. Like that, that's nice. I don't know. The color's nice, and it's like kind of pastel. I don't know, so that'd be kind of cool. And then of course the looking sort of how I do now, but slightly different, probably, at least in the clothing. Because I'd say my aesthetic is probably more more punk than goth or anything. Generally, when I have a choice, or bother doing anything clothing wise, but yeah. Oh look, Ari. What a coincidence. So that kind of ties into the look that I liked for the hair, which is, I guess, if you look kind of down to my left there, with like the mix of the bluish color, the purple and the white, that sort of thing, it's kind of what I want to do, but slightly more subtle for the hair on, I guess you could call it the base model. But not entirely sure what I want there mix wise. But yeah, this is I like this. A lot of people like it. It's one of the more popular skin lines in League of Legends, so yeah. It's, but that's future concerns, because I'm nowhere near being able to afford that, even slightly. Part of me is still not convinced that I can do this as a career, but at the same time, options are limited. How much are we talking about? Oh boy. A low end for a decent model would be like 5 to 6K, I want to say. It's like the mid-range maybe. Which if I want to get 2 different looks, you could probably like plan it to be upgraded in the future, but if I want to get 2 different looks, that's about how much it would be. Guesstimation. Technically you can get them for less, like 2 to 3K, but it's going to be basically you just get the model, and it's probably not going to be the nicest looking thing, and the rigging might not be great. Because part of, okay, for rigging it for the movement and whatnot, so you can, you know, actually be a VTuber, is partially done after the model's created, right? And they put everything together. And then partially in how they create all the pieces that go together, like the hair, face, neck, certain other areas. And that needs to be done before, and it's done while they're doing the art. So that increases the price slightly, as you might imagine. So things that I need to do, long-ish term but not super long term, is commission my own model after, okay, I need to get it designed and then commission. And upgrade my PC to something that's actually able to do the stuff I want to do with 3D editing and animation and whatnot. Because that's the end goal, as I've said a couple of times now, I guess, is doing like 3D animated shorts. Preferably fight scenes and whatnot, since it involves less dialogue. Which, okay, I'm not super practiced, but I'm not the worst at writing dialogue. I'm just kind of horrible at small talk, so I'm not the best at it either. Intense moments, though, those I can do. So, you know, technically, could probably do that. That might slip in as well. But it's kind of the long-term end goal. To do that while streaming and also doing some music on the side. Because naturally, being me, I can't do just one thing. No, that would be too easy. My brain My brain. ADHD and autism. It's a great combo. For productivity. Don't like doing the same thing over and over and over endlessly. But also don't like doing things that are completely different. So it needs to be like the same set few things that I'd be doing. Be part DJ. I don't know if DJ is the right term. Because if I was gonna do music, it would be more like, if you've heard movie soundtracks, like actual movie soundtracks, think Interstellar, I guess, that sort of thing. So like Zimmerman. Is it Zimmer or Zimmerman? It's just Zimmer, isn't it? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say I have the internet. Hans Zimmer, yeah, just Hans Zimmer, and some other people who I can't remember the names of, but like Jasper Kidd did the original Assassin's Creed from like the first one to Revelations, I think, music. So that sort of thing. Cinematic, basically. Everything that I do revolves around cinematic. Intentionally or not. That's probably not a problem. But it is a consideration to keep in mind that that's generally how my brain works. Like if I hear a song, the first thing that my brain does is like conjure up what type of scene and scenario that would be played in for like a movie or a game or whatever. Yeah. It's odd, sure, but hey, it's me. Those are amazing games too. I think it was Revelations, right? The music video for that one was, I think my favorite. But I think Brotherhood was my favorite to play. That was when the combat was peak. Peak combat. And then they changed it. And now it's what it is now, and I'm so disappointed because you can't even reliably assassinate targets. They like kind of lost complete sight of the entire point of the game. Some would say it evolved, but I'd argue that that would have been just better off as not Assassin's Creed and as its own IP. Which is kind of sad, but that's what happens when you get corporations just chasing after the next big thing, even though they have a big enough thing. And then they start talking about quadruple A games, and you just look at them sideways like, bro, what? You know, Assassin's Creed 3 was the last one that I really played. Or was it Black Flag? No, did I play Black Flag? I don't know if I finished Black Flag, but I might have played Black Flag. Or I just played AC3. The whatever they're going by these days. I still remember it as Native Americans, which makes sense to my brain because they were native to America. But I don't know if like the First Nations people thing caught on. I don't know what the idea behind that was. I live in my bubble. It's a small bubble, but it'll do. It does. It functions. Yeah, AC3 wasn't bad. On my last YouTube attempt, I tried doing a montage, I guess you could call it, for that. But my problem was I could never find music that wasn't copyright. So it just kind of killed my motivation there. Yeah. AC3 wasn't bad. The story was good. I liked the story of AC3. Not perfect, but decent gameplay, fun story. Good old days when games were just good. Although I've heard Clair Obscura Expedition 33 is worth playing if you can. I'm not super huge on turn-based combat, It seems like it is very good. It's just not my thing. This is a surprise, surely, from the girl who played Call of Duty and Battlefield growing up. Yeah. Shocker. Truly. I also grew up playing Civilization 3 and Morrowind. So I'm at least cultured. Just also highly ADHD. It has its ups and downs. But yeah, I'm excited for all of that, but I'm also excited because there's not been a single stutter. Not one. The frame rate of my model's a little low, but that's just because it's how it is. It's at 60 FPS. On a 144 refresh rate monitor, so it's going to look less smooth. But I have to have it limited because my board graphics card would otherwise cry and die. Mostly die. It might not even actually be able to have tears because it would be running so hot, but you know, I digress. I should technically be able to start doing stuff on the content side again, which will be nice. Do I know what that looks like? No. But I should. Probably to shorts and stuff, because let me work into it. Also, I don't have any ideas for like videos and whatnot. I still kind of want to do the like roleplay audios. That's not really ASMR, but kind of. Because apparently I have the voice for it, but or the vibe, whatever. And it sounds fun. I mean, I like that stuff, so might as well get back and all. Claire 33, holy, is a great game. Soundtrack is, yeah, the soundtrack is. Like, if I had spare money lying around, I would consider buying it, because I refuse to give Spotify any money. Partially because it's Spotify and I do not like it. I've had a lot of problems with Spotify. But also because, what was my other reason? What was I talking? Oh no. I don't remember. Yeah, but since I'm not gonna give them money, then ads. YouTube, see, I'd do that, but then I can't, like... I mean, I guess I could just pull up a YouTube tab or whatever now. Well, gaming and whatnot. But, habit. It's a habit. I generally use iTunes because I have plenty of songs in there already because it's lately dating. Yeah, I was around when that was new. I was young, but I was around. So, I was, back in my day, Netflix was actually shipped to you on a DVD in the mail. Yeah. They've come a long way since then. You no longer have to wait like a week to get the movie that you ordered. It's nice. And before you ask, no. Cassette tapes were not new when I was young. Haha, funny. Seem real old. Not that old. Relax. Just wise. Wise Fox, okay? Just leaning into the whole Fox thing. Don't worry about it. Oh. Ow. Older than you, Joker, if I remember correctly. I don't. Okay. Would it be more incriminating to answer or not answer? Asking for a friend. I don't know if I like that smiley face. It's taunting me. I'm reading into it really hard because that's what I do with literally everything. But welcome to ADHD and autism. Mostly the autism, I think, for that part. It's okay though. Worrying about stuff is second nature to me. I do it every day. What in the... Kelly do two twerk? Why do you have to... Oh, because the other one's also... I see. Although I will say the second one looks more like he's bouncing on it. Crazy style, if you will. Yeah, I watched the cyclothon. Yeah, it's stuck in my head too. I'll find a moment to slip it in. If it doesn't work, if you then celebrate distracting me, okay? It's not exactly like that's a difficult task either, okay? Let's be honest here. This is part of why... Alright. So, obvious things being obvious, more people in chat would mean a faster moving chat because there's more people in chat, right? Which is good from a business standpoint of earning money. From a standpoint of wanting to interact with each person and answer their questions and address it, not great. Not great. I've struggled with, like, and felt awkward feeling like I have to read everything out super quick with, like, 5 people. Because I'm the sort of person who, if you send me a message or whatever, you get, like, an instant response. Which I'm aware is abnormal, but time is precious. And I figure that in my brain, like, I've seen it, so I might as well respond to it, and, yeah. Like, just respecting the other person's time, especially if they're asking a question, right? More people should do it. I am the one of the few ways that I'm abnormal as a VTuber. It does not take an entire business week for me to respond to your messages. Flip side, I tend to give more info than you probably originally asked for or were expecting. But, you know, swings and roundabouts and all that, really. They haven't responded since Wednesday? Isn't it Saturday? It's Saturday, right? It's Friday. I knew that. That was a test. That was a test. I knew that. And here I'm like, I'm off schedule, which technically doesn't exist because I'm nixing the schedule. I guess might as well get at that. Sure. Well, unless my computer is lying to me, yes, I'm fairly certain that it's not Saturday now. I might have thought it was Saturday, but it's not Saturday. But you probably already knew that. See, this is what happens when you don't have a regular job or stuff that you have to do, period, really. I have to, like, mow the lawn and feed the dogs in the morning. And then, like, other chores and stuff. That's really about it. Google does it. Shh, they won't like you spreading this. It's very anti-propaganda of you. Where was I? I don't remember. Probably wasn't important. Right. It was important, actually. Try and do, like, one stream a week without forcing it, but if I can do more than that, great. Just, yeah. Basically, yeah. Don't Google don't Google symptoms. Because when it comes to stuff like that, the same thing could mean like 5 separate issues, and it depends on a bunch of other little specific things to determine what it actually is, and then even then you might still just need blood testing to actually see whatever it is. It's, yeah. Good times. But yeah, at least one a week is what I want to do. And then a short once to twice a week, although that depends more on whether or not I actually have anything that I can do. I've accepted that I'm probably going to be doing mostly League of Legends. Because that's what I like doing besides talking with you guys. As much as I find you guys being quiet, I do like yapping with you. And I kind of suck about finding topics on my own. And I don't really want to watch, like, videos and stuff, because it's just feels weird. I don't know. Call it creative pride. Probably what it is. Yeah. Question. Oh boy. I mean, fire away. I have cats. I do not have cats because my mother is allergic to cats. Why is speaking in coherent sentences so difficult? Let me turn this slightly. So, oh, that's turned too much. That's why. Wait. There we go. Yeah, I'm like sitting in my chair with legs up and turn slightly. So yeah. But you know, we don't have cats because she's allergic to them, and I probably also am. We do have 3 dogs, though. 3 of the most stubborn breeds separately, each one's a different breed, that you could possibly get. Naturally. Like owner, like pet, really. Yeah, why is it difficult to speak English? Because my brain moves at roughly Mach 15, and my mouth, that I don't use to talk that much, is not quite equipped to keep up with it. A husky. 1 husky, singular, though, actually. Then we have a greater Swiss Mountain Dog, and a wire-haired pointing Griffon. All very stubborn. Also, all potentially probably on the spectrum if you were to test dogs for that. Like owner, like dog. We have 1 husky. Singular. That is Irene. Donner is the Swissy, and then, well, I mean, you can figure out the last one surely from context clues. But yeah, Greater Swiss Mountain Dog, very pretty breed. Also exactly what you'd expect in terms of issues when they're all current ones are bred from the same 10 dogs because they almost went extinct. And then wire-haired pointing Griffon. Our Griffy. It was very frustrating, but very earnest and cute. Yeah. Love him. But, The Griffon's latest fixation is with barking at the neighbors' dogs, though, because they're small and yappy. Very annoying. So all three. In like little way, slightly. Okay, not entirely. I'd argue that Donner is probably further on the spectrum than I am, but that's also because of the stupid vet that we covered before gave him the medication that you weren't supposed to give the dogs until they were over 6 months old, when he was 3 months old. So he didn't quite fully develop neurologically. Good times. Good times. The husky's just a husky. There's nothing to be done about that. That's just how she is. But they are all very stubborn. Which I get from my mother. I'm not a husky. I'm not. I'm a fox. We've covered this. I will not stand for this false narrative being spread. Very undemocratic, if you will. Yes, this is a because I say so moment. Okay? I mean... You see it there. Literally asking for it. In-game YouTube. In-game. Look, ask Joker. It's not like I purposely played on the opposite team in Bad Company 2 just so I could find him and knife him repeatedly. That didn't happen at all. Surely. There's no videographic evidence at the very least, so you can't prove it either way. And I'll have hesitated a little bit. You just, brain fast. It comes in handy sometimes. It also leads to overthinking and analyzing stuff, but can't have it all, I suppose. Why would I remind you to shoot me in hell diapers, by the way? That sounds very counterintuitive. Besides, the reminder would be me shooting you first, okay? If you can't remember after that, skill issue. Skill issue. Have I tried coding? See, the thing with coding is that it involves typing. Something that I'm notoriously slow at. So, yes, but no. Otherwise, that would be a really easy way to make money. But yeah, no. Yeah, no, if I could actually code, I'd probably just be doing game development. To a degree, okay? I still need visuals, but it has advanced voice to text, but that involves talking. You're asking a lot of me, Weeb. Like, talking with direction, planning stuff out beforehand, typing? Typing of all things. Really. So rude. So cruel. I'm fairly certain you could see that to a degree in, like... But I got rid of all of those, so never mind. Haha. Well, no. I still have the streams on the VOD channel, the archive, the VOD channel. It's the VOD channel. It's just called K0's Archives because, you know, sounds better. But the earlier War Thunder streams, you could probably see that as I struggle to figure out what the hell I'm doing streaming. Yeah. It's fine, everyone starts somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. Even if it is painfully awkward to look back on. Okay, there's a difference in that I don't stress over it as much now. But then I was stressing way too much about, okay, like, I hyperfixated on reaching affiliate, which was made even worse by almost getting there. I think I hit like 2.8 average viewers. You need 3 average viewers for the month to get affiliate. I'm still waiting to see what they do on the whole opening that up front as far as like the features and whatnot. But on Twitch side, by the way. We'll see where that goes. But I have learned to not stress on it because A, there's nothing I can do to control it, and B, it just makes the whole experience worse for me streaming and for you guys watching. It's supposed to be fun at the end of the day. Streaming is not one of those jobs that you can do as a job, right? It's not like working at a retail store. It just gets awkward if you try and do that. Or I guess more accurately, it's not like working as a line chef or line cook, right? Where you're just churning stuff out and you do it in a specific way. And it's either correct or not. Or fast food, I guess. At least it's not ASMR. What, are you not a fan of ASMR? You don't like people whispering in your ear? But the tingles. But imagine the tingles. There is, to be fair, different types of ASMR. Not everything's for everyone. Like, mukbang is not my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna need to dissect that statement. Also, hi, Synapsid. Real ASMR is very helpful. I would argue that erotic ASMR could be helpful depending on what you're looking for. No, it's not my thing. Okay, look, if whispering, admittedly whispering in your ear, kind of intimate, but okay, you know, you got me there. But not all ASMR is the same. And anxiety symptoms. Is it ASM Arctica? Yeah. ASM Arctica and GB were the two that I used to listen to all the time. Because it's just relaxing. Part of me could see myself doing that. But realistically, I'm a gamer, so I don't even know what I'd do with that sort of thing. And it'd be weird, because like, I'd have to have an entire channel dedicated to it, because it's so different from the rest of it. I don't even know what I want to do with my main channel and the second channel, not the VOD channel. But, because like, inevitably I'm going to end up doing variety. Because my brain. But, yeah. I don't know. That on YouTube isn't super fond of ASMR. As far as randomly nuking channels and stuff. Kind of awkward. Not the most stable way to build a living. But it is helpful. I swear that moves smoother. That could just be me. I don't know. It could just be me. Well, it was moving smoother until it started moving slower. That's better. Okay, I don't know. Who knows what that's about? 2 weeks! 3 weeks till I could probably get it. Please, AMD, don't let us down. You're the chosen one currently, because Nvidia's setting fire to everything that they own. Oh boy. Yeah, go read up on that if you want. But, they were literally saying they'd only let people review the new card, the 5060, if they left out certain things and did certain other things as requirements, which, kind of seems, you know, odd for a review now. Yeah. Weird. I don't know. 2 weeks in the Fox. YOLO it is. YOLO's it. 2 weeks and Fox YOLO it's. Technically. That's what you typed, okay? You can't be mad at me, that's what you typed. It's right there. But yeah. Ooh, right. So. Let me pull this up. What is it called? Outback? Owl something's. Jeez, I have to pull my Steam for this. 1 sec. I could just look it up like that. Dark hair here. See. So this is a thing that is gonna be a thing. Like writing things wrong. Okay. I wouldn't say get a kick out of it necessarily, technically. You can't prove that. But I'm like fixing things, kind of. It sort of falls under that. Yes. So yes, become an acolyte of the Inquisition in this grimdark, party-based, story-driven CRPG. Lead investigations, uncover grand conspiracies, master tactical combat, and wage a secret war against heresy. Is it really a secret, though? Make tough choices as a conduit of the God Emperor's will. So this seems like it could maybe be interesting. One, it's Warhammer, which I'm liking there being more Warhammer 40k specifically games coming out. Kind of nice. Reactively deal and presented point of view, and most of them occur episodically. However, we consider it duty to inform players about them. You may see depictions of blood, gore, dismemberment, torture, slavery, and kidnapping in the game. Also contains sexual descriptions, mentions abuse, child abuse, sexual assault, self-harm, suicide, cannibalism, and miscarriage. Well, it's definitely 40k. Yeah, basically, you play as, literally, you play as an Inquisitor, which, if you know anything about 40k, is interesting. Because they're basically the spooky secret police that go around sort of necessarily, although they can't say this, but maybe take a little too far sometimes. They're basically the secret police enforcing non-heretical thinking, but also heresy tends to mean literal demonic entities spawning out of portals and destroying planets, so I mean, slightly fair. I could see how you would not want that to be a thing. But yeah, I never really got into XCOM. When technically this is more like... Oh wow, 1050 Ti is the base of that. Yep. Okay. Not bad actually. So what are they pulling? Witchcraft? I was talking about something. Oh no. Don't remember. But yeah. Could be fun. Maybe. But I do have a lot of things that I want to do, because I have... Let's see. There's Helldivers 2 that I want to do stuff with. There's Baldur's Gate, if I can ever... If Joker ever gets a schedule that isn't completely full again. Also need to drag Alto through that. I don't know how I feel about Siege. Cause like, I've decided I don't really like streaming Valorant, right? It's not really my vibe. Also, Valorant's just not a fun game at the moment. But stuff like Asuka, which I still really, really want to do. I have Enshrouded, which I never really got to play. I don't really know if I want to do shooters. At least, like, competitive shooters. As much as I kind of miss Siege. On the back burner. What also means that, you know... Wait for it. Some newer games come out, I could do those. Because... interesting stuff. Also, I kind of wanted to try New World as like a vibey chill, basically just cat chatting with extra steps thing, because I mean it's an MMO. Obviously League. Path of Exile 2, once it clarify whether or not it stopped killing CPUs. Not sure why that was a thing, but you know. It was and maybe still is. Is there anything else in here? Maybe Chivalry 2. Maybe occasionally Crusade Kings. So basically like RPGs and stuff like that. Because it'd be really fun. Oh, GTA 6. Right. That was one I wanted to do. Assuming that it's not going to be like $100 or something. Because then no one's really going to buy it. As Pirate Software pointed out, people just pirate it. Because... well, what are you doing? Like, they don't have any distribution fees. Because there's no physical copies. And yet they want to charge more money for it? While also having in-game, like, microtransactions and whatnot. Who knows? Oh, I'm also kind of excited for Kenshi 2. I hope that they improve the AI. Also, hi, Alto. Yes, 'tis I return. Maybe Marvel Rivals. That'd be a thing that maybe I could stream. And drag Alto along. Besides just Helldivers, that I'm gonna drag you into at some point later. I will. You can't stop me. I'll do it. I too would love to play Rivals, but little graphically demanding for my poor CPU. But I can show I can do things. Uh-huh. It's improvement. Because I can do this. It makes me happy. Oh. I can't see how many taps, but it's a lot of taps. Yeah. PNG model. See, I don't think that'll be okay. Like I said, current plan as stands. CPU is fine. I had to get an 850 watt power supply because the one below the 750 was sold out. So that all took less than expected, and the 9060 XT releases in 2 weeks on June 5th. So if it actually is around the MSRP price of $350, that's totally achievable. It's a card that is much better than my poor 2060 because it is 3 generations. It's an AMD card, granted, but 3 generations younger, I guess you could say. And it has 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which is really what I'm excited about for that, if it's actually at the price that they say it will be. But yeah, VTuber models, bit resource intensive, especially if you have a really good one. But yeah, otherwise I would. But I shouldn't need to, is my point. And long-winded explanation. Like, you knew what you were in for, okay? You knew what you were getting into. You do. Yeah, that's fair. It is physics. I would have personally pointed out the ears, which don't move on this as much as I'd like, sadly. But I mean, it's $25 for a model, so you know, you get what you get, and it was customizable, so you know. Don't start with you. I don't know what you're talking about, actually. I haven't started anything. Well, I mean, I started the stream, I guess. I did start the stream. Apparently for the first time in a month. I thought it had been 2 weeks, but it shows how well I'm keeping track of time. Which is not well, by the way. Very poorly. Very, very poorly. It's okay though. Weeb is cultured, so you know. He gets it. For sure, all of you, whoever. See, this is where I could let my curiosity take over and I could look, but I'm not going to. It's a mystery. Could be just you. Could be more. I'll never know. Because otherwise I fixate on it. But yeah. Look. You knew what was gonna happen. I don't know why Galleon's in his game. Spam's going well. Living life. Glad to hear it. I have personally been spamming Yorick. That has also been going well. Yeah. It's been a good time. It's been a good time. It's much easier to make Yorick work in a basically any team comp than it is Neferi, sadly. So. You heard from me in a month. That is. What do you have? Alternate personality? Split personality disorder now? Is that it? There's like in chat you and then not in chat you. No, I'm gonna bring the attention to that because I feel like it's kind of poignant. I mean, you see, he's literally saying he wants to be the victim. I've been told that tsundere fits my personality type. I can't argue this point, but it doesn't mean that I have to acknowledge it face up, so, you know. Mischievous fox things. I banter. I also poke fun at you. Always. Forever. Yeah. You can ask Joker at any time, really. You can attest to it. Uh-huh. You know, you've already outed yourself. I don't think that anyone believes you at this point. Well, I checked out temps. I have 67. 42 for the GPU, but it shouldn't be high because it's doing basically nothing. Nice. Yeah. I'm so glad I figured out I didn't need the VRM fan for the AIO. It's so much quieter. Like, I can still hear the pump noise, which is new, and it'll eventually probably get used to it. But there's no... A, the radiator fan's scraping against the top of the casing for the VRM fan, and B, it's not putting unnecessary stress and pressure on the socket of the CPU. Cricket food, hydrate. Ow. Oh. I need to move around more. I've come to this conclusion. I have my water, okay? I should arguably be drinking more than I am, but I ate food. Panda would be so proud. I also did not stall for 10 minutes past 5 o'clock. Just cause anxiety things. But, no, can't prove that. Needs to move. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Enjoy your food, nerd. And he wonders why I tease him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As if it's one-sided. No, I just have more practice. And I'm naturally inclined towards... well... chaos and messing with people. Because Fox. Convenient. That wasn't the reason that I went with Fox. I just like foxes. They're cute. I also like wolves. I thought about going wolf. Didn't do that, obviously. Oh. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, no. I attract all the shy people. besides Alto. The chat really is like streamer. I can't even say anything. I don't type in chats. I can't say anything. But also, I'm not a husky. Not a husky. Okay? I'm just not. I am aware the coloration is more husky than fox, okay? But that's because I don't like orange. Could you imagine me with my personality with like ginger hair and like bright clothing on what is Forspoken? What is Forspoken? Oh, that game. I can't remember if that turned. Looks like it was average. I don't know. The story, like when they got into talking about the story of that game, it just felt very weird. I mean, it's literally a fan fiction. And I don't know like how they actually did writing wise, but like it doesn't sound like it's a particularly good fan fiction either. It sounds like a generic fan fiction story, premise, plot. I should know. I read a lot of fan fiction. It's free. You know. Yeah. Also, some of it's pretty good. No, not for the reason you're thinking. Pervert. Mind out of the gutter. I actually tend to avoid those. Yes, for all the jokes that I make, I'm not actually really inclined towards that. Generally don't care. Also awkward about it. Is what it is. Anyway. What was that do? Right, the hair. Really? Really? Whatever, white-haired foxes are cooler anyway, so whatever. Just you wait till I can design my own outfit. It'll take 3 eternities. And I'll second guess everything, but I'll do it. I'll do it. And it won't be purely husky colored. Yeah. That said, I do really like the combination of black, white, and gray with accents. So yeah, that's never going away, is it? It's never going away. You like the husky color scheme? I also like the color scheme. That's why I said it's basic. Okay, look. What do we talk about? Me, right? The main gripes I have with this model are that I have limited clothing options. You might notice that. Actually, I don't think you can notice, but if I go over there, it kind of isn't the best done, right? No looking where I know you're looking. Anyway, I don't love the skirt as far as the type. Because again, we talked about this. My style for clothing is either comfy or punk. It's both of those really. I say comfy because I tend to spend most of the time in pajama pants and a jacket with a t-shirt. I know, very bold, very bold. That's what happens when you have crippling depression. You don't care about stuff like that. But it is actually kind of important and does help your mental health if you do stuff like take care of yourself, like pick out outfits you like, wear things that you enjoy, eat food you enjoy, exercise, drink water, go outside every now and then. Yeah. Humidity hasn't quite evolved to permanent indoor dwelling, so that stuff helps. So, I could like kind of... Yes, I do. I don't even remember what the other options are. I don't even... Oh, it's scary. Dude. I own jeans, okay? Like, I have jeans, and that's about it. And t-shirts. Well, I guess I have one. I have one skirt. But that's beside the point. I don't love the look of the skirt. It's... And I mean, there's also that, but like, that's whatever. I'm kind of fond of that look. But... More punk. Like, okay. I'll need to pull that up, sorry, is that correct? Yeah, okay, there we go. If we want to talk about stuff that I actually like... Let's look this up. Oh my... Not the actual person. Oh my... which one is that? La da da da. This one? Kind of low quality. You know. I'm getting there. I'm trying to find the right outfit. No, not it. Kind of, but that's not really the angle that I like. Ivy. Was that it? Kind of. Close enough. Alright. I go to that. And I have to move. Yeah. So, yeah. Not exactly the coloration I'd go for. You can't even see the... Oh my goodness. It's gotta be a better one. I don't know what's going on there, but okay. What's the earlier seasons? Not a huge fan. That's more Gah. You think it'd be a lot easier to find. Kind of. Alrighty. There's an okay one up here. Oh, that's earlier seasons as well. I think this is more... No, that's also earlier seasons. I like the stocking stuff. That's nice. And the tall boots. What in the... No, okay, so that's a fan one. What if we go... NT! Anyway. The totally not sus pop-up there on that. It is, by the way. Yeah. So Ruby Rose. Basically just Season 8 Ruby Rose. Since apparently it's just gonna try and fish for information if I bother looking for that. Which you could get a better image of, but I can't. I do really like that show. I will say the first 3 seasons are probably the best. In between that and like 7, is not great to very bad. 7's pretty good. 8's sort of bad. And then 9 was good. And then Rooster Teeth went under and they had to stop the show. And now it's owned by somebody else and they haven't quite started it all up yet again. But yeah. So like season 8, 9 Ruby Rose's outfit is more aesthetically my style than what I can use on this model. I try not to think about it because it bugs me that I can't change it, because I don't like not... Like, I wouldn't say that I'm a control freak, right? But I like being able to do the things that I want to do. And I don't like when I'm not physically able to do them. C'est la vie. So yeah. So a mix of like that and then think Asian aesthetic and like Spirit Blossom, but with both the Spirit Blossom color scheme, maybe, probably, potentially. Or just a reverse of whatever the base is, which would be more darker colors like this. Maybe I could slip a couple different ones in for accent, but I'm not exactly a fashionista, or whatever. I don't design clothes for a living. But I know there's a certain saturation point where like there's too little, right, and it's monotone, and then too much and it just clashes against each other. So yeah. I'd obviously talk with the artist who's designing it and bringing it to life, and, well, they probably have a lot more experience than I will or do. I've tried learning to draw many times, I just could not get into it. It's a skill that I want to have and get someday, but I also need to polish up my guitar skills, and I'd love to do something with a piano. We have one, and I love the sound of piano, but I don't know how I'd manage that, because it's in the other room. Kind of difficult. And also, 3D animation / editing is the thing that I need to learn to do what I want to do in the future, which are those 3D animated shorts, right? Shorts in quotations because I don't know how short or long they'd be, but basically scenes. And I still very much want to do the like writing out scripts or whatever in scenes to do now in just the 2D form, to just because it's fun. I like role-playing. I like role-playing games, stuff like that, but I'm also awkward about it, so it's kind of an odd situation there. I don't know. I find it fun, but also slightly embarrassing. Who knows, maybe I'll get into voice acting once I get my voice into a spot that I'm really comfortable with and that I like. Which, spoilers, it's not. It's not the worst, but it turns out that, you know, these transcript things. Years of trying to sound a certain way because you think you should, and then realizing, oh, that's stupid, I just shot myself in the foot with a grenade launcher that doesn't have the minimum arming distance safety mechanism in its round. Point is, got things to work on. And, yeah. Current task is making sure that I have the energy to work on them, which means not doing too many things at one time. Getting the PC working helps so freaking much without that. So much. Oh my. It's so nice to not have that hanging over my head. Like, oh, is it gonna just die? Who knows? It could. It could not. Because yeah, I'm kind of terminally online. I don't do social media, which reminds me I need to do a post for Blue Sky, because I forgot. Well, I mean, if you've ever been on Twitter, then you know Twitter's just permanently depressing, like 90% of the time. Kind of have to be there as a content creator, but also not really doing anything with it, because I wasn't doing anything, period, and so no reason to be on it. And then Blue Sky's supposed to be more social, but I'm also not super social by nature. In terms of sharing the stuff that I'm doing, kind of private actually. So yeah, kind of weird. Something I'm gonna have to get used to doing this long term, but I say long term as if I haven't been doing it for almost 8 months now. No, wait. January, February, March, April, May. A year. It's been a year. Right, I did miss the entirety of the last month, and I wasn't able to do much before that either. Time flies. Time flies indeed. Oy vey. What's the phone battery looking like? I can't read that. Oh, 43%, really? Okay, surprising. Cat's asleep on you? Cry me a river. Be less comfy, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. You're obviously not encouraging them to get off, so you can't be that bothered. Sure, your legs might fall asleep and be numb, but that's... you weren't using them anyway, you're sitting in a chair, so like, whatever. Deal with it. Yeah. But yeah, to loop around on the topics that I always do. Upgrade PC, get my own model, and then full tilt into 3D animation. I used to think that I want to make a game, and maybe I will at some point, but I mean, I obviously can't code the damn thing on my own, so it would be a very far future project along with like doing my own anime stuff, which would be kind of cool, because I like telling stories. I just don't like doing the little tiny details necessarily. I'm good at coming up with the overarching ideas, right? Or a plot. Less on the individual interactions because, spoiler, I don't have a lot of experience with that. I know, surprise. The somewhat antisocial VTuber doesn't know how to really socialize that well. Shocker. Anyway. But yeah. Also, I think you're on PlayStation, right, Weed? I think. So I'd have to get your PSN pack or whatever the heck they call it for PlayStation at some point to do the Helldivers thing. Which you can do, because you're in the Discord. Convenient plug. Yeah. If you want to make sure that I'm still alive when I'm not live, that's the place to do it. It's very quiet, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to attract people that enjoy listening and don't necessarily always just randomly spout whatever thoughts on their mind. That's nominally my job in this situation, because streamer. But normally I don't do that either. So it makes sense, but, you know, sometimes things happen, conversations respond. You could be part of them. And also get notifications when I go live, because I'm not putting them on Twitter or anything. Yeah. It's felt kind of redundant, because it didn't really lead to anything, I guess. Maybe I should. Arguably. But let's be honest, I forgot like half of the time anyway. So, how much good was it really doing? I'd get more mileage as far as like growing an audience out of putting content on YouTube, which I need to start doing again now that DaVinci Resolve shouldn't crash on me when I'm trying to render stuff. As much fun as that is, as much as I love constantly questioning whether or not my PC is going to randomly shut off and maybe run everything, shouldn't be an issue anymore. So, you know, we're good. Gucci even. I swear the hair physics look even better, but it could also be because I've been like a month, I almost said a year. Since I streamed. Yeah. Probably a bit of both. So yeah, I don't really have a topic, per usual. And I still don't like watching videos, even if I could now do that without crashing everything. So yeah, I don't know. Because like React content's kind of the VTuber meta. Not that I've ever been one to like actually just do what other people do. Too much of a rebel for that. Now if we're gonna say how I usually do things is I see something that I think is cool and I like, and then I kind of just do it in my own way and improve upon it. Take a guess. If there's a number attached, I don't know. I can look it up after stream, but yeah. Or better yet, I could get on it and I could just send you whatever the friend code is, because I forgot that's how that works. And turn back on crossplay. I think it should work at least. I don't know, Helldars is kind of weird when it comes to like lobbies and connecting, because there's sometimes problems and then the usually recommended fix is to turn off crossplay, but IDK. I prefer to be hopeful and optimistic that it will work and won't cause issues. Then we turn my phone slightly so I'm not staring awkwardly off to the side. Yeah. Kind of weird. I know. I don't have like a set phone mount. It's a little stand, and then I just kind of have to remember where it was and turn it because I don't have a ton of desk space. Yeah. Yeah. Is what it is. Anyway, point is, I do best when I have like games to play off of, because then I can react to the game and it's still kind of the same idea. Because, objectively speaking, it'll be fairly entertaining, my reactions. It's because of my tendency to somewhat play it up, over-exaggerate. Just be silly. But yeah. So I did my own thing. I mean, hey, it comes back to those rules that I set out, right? Have fun, be myself, don't hesitate, do things my way, and slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Because this whole thing's supposed to be fun in the first place, and if I succeed at doing it, it's gonna be because I did something different to just being a generic streamer, VTuber individual, and well, been an individual, right? Instead of just cookie cutter, super family friendly, not political, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but super inoffensive, all that stuff. Nice. Aha, I do see I have 2 Discord messages. Are they both from you? No. Oh, well, yes. Yes and no, because one of them's a friend request. So technically, they are both from you. But technically, one's from Discord via... Well, you via Discord? How does that work? Is it from Discord? I'm not gonna... It doesn't matter, 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 it doesn't matter. Not the point, not the point. Okay, anyway, moving on. So yeah. If you know Lime Malicious, also known as Limes, that style of content, I'd say, is probably what I trend towards. Because ADHD. So variety. As much as it would be very convenient if I just played one game, then I would be playing plenty of League. For better or worse. I can't just play the same game day in, day out. That's why I stopped playing War Thunder, just because I burnt myself out on it. Also because it was having technical issues and this bugged me. As I'm sure we've covered. I don't like having problems that I can't fix. And the model lagging was a problem that I couldn't fix because it wasn't even consistent. It just happened sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Past things are past things, though. I also have a tendency to get like all philosophical and stuff, but that's just because I like thinking about things. I like seeing why things work, but not in a like engineering take them apart sort of way. More of in a psychological mental sort of way. Which I suppose fits the whole Fox theme as well. So at least I'm consistent. I suppose another goal I have is at some point no, I'm good. I think we covered the can't have cats because mother's allergic. Même bien, if you prefer to use the French version of it. Also, I'm not a huge fan of cats. We don't get along, like, at all. Usually. Sometimes. You get the idea. Too fox-like, I guess? I don't know. Maybe that's why. Never really thought about it like that. Do cats and foxes get along? Because, I mean, it's dog hardware, cat software. But... maybe too candid? Too much candid DNA? I don't know. Not really anybody can answer about that, if we're being perfectly honest. I think foxes eat cats. I mean, they're like the same size, so I'd be a little bit surprised, but foxes are also technically like scavengers slash hunters of small prey. So maybe. Wouldn't be impossible. Thank you, Brain, for that visual. Really needed that. Yes, my brain defaults to innuendos. So just saying. Anyway. Baby. Only if foxes are really hungry. I mean, Google's never wrong. Obviously. I mean, how else would you check to see if Google's wrong? You'd have to Google it. Just saying, food for thought. Okay. Sure. I guess. So I guess the current struggle. Holy voice. Okay. I guess the current struggle, now that I said that sentence in a way that doesn't make me want to, you know, reacquaint my head quite thoroughly with a wall, is what the hell to do for content. Because I want to do more edited stuff for the main channel. But hey, I'm not even really sure what category to put that sort of thing into. But I guess it'd basically just be shorts about random topics. But then I'd have to pick the topics. Because if you really wanted to help out, you could put them in the channel on the Discord that's called Feedback and Ideas. Yeah, you could. Just an idea, throwing it out there. Family. Yeah. Just before I get to what do you consider forever? Just out of curiosity. Adopt a fox? That fox would not last an hour in my household. Between the husky and probably just the husky, actually. 20 minutes in line, quite a while. Well, if you ever get a friend in person, or a significant other who's Asian, be prepared for much longer than that in a restaurant. Sitting there, waiting, as they take like 3 hours to finish eating. That's not an exaggeration. That's just normal Asian family things. Food's good, still, but you know, ADHD, 3 hours sitting there doing nothing, kind of a long time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I meant like the drive-thru. Okay, 20 minutes in a drive-thru is a long time. But to be fair, it's been forever since I've been in a drive-thru. Since, one, most of the foods you get at a drive-thru I can't eat, and it would be really weird, an odd flex really, to go to a drive-thru just for fries, assuming the fries don't have a coating of flour on them, because some of them do that. Two, driver's license is expired, so I can't actually drive even if I wanted to. Which I suppose is a bit of a boon, because now I can't get drafted into doing random chores and stuff and picking stuff up and doing things, so you know. Really, it's just all part of my master plan. I have plenty of... Alright. What countries have you traveled to? What countries have you traveled to, Mr. Worldwide? All experienced. Where? Regale me with your tales. I'll wait. That's fine. Been to Mexico and Canada. Well, I've also been to Mexico and Canada. But I've also been to Australia and Thailand. So I have a little bit more experience. Just because of, like, you know, the past. This isn't proving my point or helping my point ever. At all. 8 years or so? Let's call it 7. We did visit Alaska. I haven't really gone anywhere. But I've been a lot further than home. Just a while ago. We rode the elephant. It was a harrowing experience because of my grandfather, who not the smallest individual with or height wise, and they decided to put me and my sister, or was that just me? No, it was just me in the same one, but because of how you have to, the saddle on an elephant works, it's balancing. So basically he was in the center and I was like on the side because the joys of being slim, I guess. Not a lot of weight. So yeah, I just constantly felt like I was gonna fall off. You went to the bank and I'm so proud of you. I mean, I had to go to the bank last week. I'm just saying. I did leave the house. I also have to mow the lawn tomorrow. Or, yeah, tomorrow. Doesn't take that long, but I do have to do it. I need to figure out 2 weeks, no, 3 weeks of stuff to do. That's just chatting. This is torture. I might just try League at some point, just to see if it crashes. It deserves it. You don't know what that grass has done. Okay, it grew. It had the audacity to grow in our lawn instead of staying nice and trimmed. Alright, Synapse. Take care. Thanks for stopping by as usual. Yeah, I should be around more regularly now that there's less stressors to doing it, which was the main reason for not doing it. Sleep well. This is torture, she said. Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's... Okay, first off, I didn't say torture. You're the one who said torturing grass, and I said it deserves it because it had the audacity to grow. Banter is not torture, especially when I generally get the upper hand. All you can do is flex going outside. That's it. That's all you have over me. Yeah. What now? Huh? You have to level up your banter proficiency. You've only got the tame version too. Overruled. Anyway. Need to find something to do. Well, I need to find something to do for the next 2 weeks. Not the bantering with you part, the like sitting here doing nothing except talking with no direction, because let's just face it, I'm never gonna just watch videos, because A, it feels awkward, B, my creative pride hurts if I do that, because it's just tantamount to admitting you don't actually have any content ideas, but I have plenty, I just can't do most of them. Yeah. Yeah, overruled. My stream, my rules. Cry about it. The fact that you think sass, mild sass, would be enough to torture me. Oh, you poor sweet super child. You ain't seen nothing yet. You did? I think you were around for one of the streams that I did with Joker. So you might have an idea. Context. ADHD and autism. I cannot spell this out any more clearly. I will miss just about every context clue that you could possibly throw out there. That is just the reality of it. Or rather, I will get it and be like, but wait, did they mean that? And then I'll read too far into it, and then I'll just get it wrong, or assume the worst, because that's just how my brain works. My brain tends... Bren? Yeah, I got a Bren, actually. No, I don't. I'm kidding. FBI, I'm kidding. I don't have a Bren. Okay? I don't have one. There is no unlicensed Bren. Anyway, my brain tends to be very literal. Surprise, I know, I'm sure you didn't see that coming. So, yeah. Context clues. They exist. I'm just not good at them. Well, that was like when it had already been established beforehand. Right? Low self-confidence. Context clues not read. Very shy. Okay? Emphasis on the shy. So I don't assume things. For multiple reasons. What I'm getting at is that if you want to do something, you'd have to tell me, because otherwise I just assume, nah. I don't like bugging people. I know, odd in this modern day and age. I will drag you onto Helldivers though, because I want to get that working. Partially because it's bugging the hell out of me, whether or not I actually got it fixed. 2, because it's a very fun game and you need to help save Super Earth from the Illuminate invasion. This is mandatory, okay? It's just your democratic duty. It's just how it is. The shy Mega. Oh god. Yeah, this is now the League of Legends podcast where we'll be talking about something. I'll just pull up the League of Legends wiki, the esports wiki, and that's what our stream content will be. Yeah. Not like I have any other games to talk about. Don't speak on DK. I mean, well, now they mentioned DK, what was the other one? There was another team that wasn't doing great. Someone else I watched the other day. Get on my level. I had to deal with a Joker. Okay. A friend group learned the hard way you cannot leave openings because I will take them. And so one of the friends we don't talk to anymore, granted because of dumb decision he made over video game. Well, we'll get to that later. Decided to try boasting and ended up on the line of he couldn't pleasure a 9mm. That stuck around. One-line witty remarks. My beloved. Did I stutter? I'm pretty sure I didn't. I know the stream didn't crash. Although that is one thing I've been thinking about is if I do get the 9060 XT and I can't get the encoding to work because Twitch doesn't have AV1 encoding yet, which means it look horrible, then would I just stream on YouTube? Because like I like Twitch as a streaming platform, it's better as a streaming platform, but YouTube does have AV1 encoding. Means it would look better. I don't know. I might even be able to multi-stream, but we'll see. Probably will, actually. But yeah. We don't talk with him. Well, we didn't talk with him really at all, because... Have you ever played No, you probably haven't, because you said you were fighting FGC Gamer. Only, which reminds me I need... No. I guess I need to wait until I figure out how expensive the GPU is going to be. But... Hellish Court. Yeah. But... Ghost Recon Wildlands. So basically it had a campaign and you could play through the missions and you could do it co-op. He decided to... Because he played through a lot of it on his own, I guess. When we were offline. Ask for help with a mission, and then I noticed that it was what seemed to be the final mission, and I called that out and asked about it, and he straight up lied to our face. So, yeah. Not the best life choice. I have not talked to him since. He gives people a seat. My problem is fighting games are 2D. Street Fighter. Oh, the one fighting game. Just not even multiple fighting games, just one fighting game. That reminds me, I keep forgetting to ask. Have you followed anything on 2XKO? Yeah, we're past that. 2XKO. I know there's like a 4-second delay. Thoughts? Something like from a fighting game perspective. Because like obviously I don't usually play fighting games. The most recent one that I've played is Sparking Zero. Play a ton of it. Good to know. And if Riot keeps the form, it should be free to play, so I guess I won't have a reason to avoid it. I'll tell you what. I'll tutor you in first-person shooters. You can tutor me in fighting games. Deal? Ignoring that a lot of that is just getting overwhelmed and not being able to watch the moves and just kind of matching some. But anyway, because I'm on Helldivers. Yes. Because I will make it. Granted, me pestering someone is like sending more than one message about it because shy. I mean, all I have to do is pretend to be sad, surely. I can't really do puppy dog eyes with this because it's not baked into the model, but you know, you can imagine it. You wouldn't want to make me sad, right? Sad fox is not happy fox. We like happy fox. We got a third person. Technically, Helldivers is the third person shooter, but the only thing I don't like about Helldivers is it's somewhat odd bugs sometimes and the performance quirks, but again, I get more frames on high settings, or mostly high settings, than I do on low. I don't get it. You make it make sense. How do I get more frames with better graphical fidelity than lower graphical fidelity? You know, it was also on sale. Like it's just very convenient, you know. They just knew they need as many people as possible to help protect Super Earth, literally, because it's being invaded by the Illuminate. And I have maybe run multiple level 7 games on my own, okay? But they were moderately painful as much as they were fun. So, you know, it is what it is. Ugh. Ah. Yeah. Nearly half your life. I'll get bootcamped. I've been playing first-person shooters for like half my life. What's your point? I say like because it gives me wiggle room and like without an exact date or time, you know, or age. Just woman things. Shy about it. Yeah. Self-conscious, per usual. Not that I'd ever be self-conscious about anything. Mm-mm. No. No, not in the slightest. Now the Helldivers thing is stuck in my head. Old Liberty. It's been 9 years. Alright, young upstart. Slow your roll there, buddy. Hey, V. I swear, you get into construction and suddenly it's like, you just age by 10 years, Like, I'm going off of my grandfather, of course, but... yeah, because I haven't talked about that much. He was a foreman for a long while until he retired. Because it was his dad's company, which he started after fighting World War I, I think it was? Yeah. Or 2. 1? 2? One of those? I don't remember. I don't have a strong grasp of time. We've been over this. So that's what he did. So I do know how to do a lot of construction related things. Like on the house, not the house we had before this one, but before that, when we lived in Cali, I helped replace the siding. I helped them build the flower beds for my grandmother, done plumbing stuff. I don't like doing it, but I at least know how to do it, generally. Now, have you played Red Dead 2? I guess to be specific, Red Dead Redemption 2. You have not? Okay, first off, you should. Incredible game. Amazing game. Lots of details, like the wrinkling of a horse's ballsack when it's winter in game. I'm not joking. They did that. I don't know who had to model that, but they did it. Anyway, there's one point in the game, which I can say without spoiling because it doesn't give anything away, where you're building a house and it just has a song. And now that song is stuck in my head. And I can't even remember the words exactly, so I couldn't sing it if I wanted to, but it's stuck in my head. It's like literally dueling with liberty. My head hurts now. Oh, that's actually probably because I need to drink more water too. I was complaining about Pokemon Other Friend. We were talking about, I almost said Helldivers too. No, there's, as far as I know, no horse ballsack in Helldivers 2. There is, however, in Red Dead Redemption 2, where they literally modeled them shriveling up in winter in-game. That's the level of detail they committed to. Yeah. That's Rockstar Studio. I really hope that they don't screw up GTA 6. Whether it's by just making it a lifeless husk with like no features, or by Take-Two, the greedy individuals that they are, making it $100 as if anyone's really going to pay that. Like, the campaign would have to be so massive, so detailed, so well done, on top of like the open world, having you like being able to send mail to AI and stuff and NPCs to justify that price point. Because there's literally no distribution costs. It's electronic. That's why games cost $65 traditionally, is because you go into GameStop and buy it and it had to be shipped there. It had to be put on a disc. They had to do quality assurance on it. And blah 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 blah. Technically, games should be getting less expensive. Or at least staying relatively the same. Because it's all online. It's not like they didn't have to run servers for like Halo 3 and whatever. They did. The game still only cost $65 with a physical copy in your hand. I am not old. Just you wait. Just you wait. No, you can arm the Hellbomb I've decided. You can arm the hell bomb. That's gonna be your job. Also, if an airstrike happens to land at your feet, well, it sucks, slipped out of my hand. That's the official story and I'm sticking to it. Can't prove otherwise, really. Whoops. Unlucky. Thinking of what is phone battery on? 33%. Oh good, because I was about to say, yeah, it's probably about where I leave this off. That lasted way longer than I thought. It's at like 30%, so technically not for a while, but I'm also running out of things to talk about. Oh, okay. I'm running out of things to talk about, and I'm feeling restless because I've been sitting around for 2 hours and 40, we'll call it 2 hours, we'll call it 2 hours and 50 minutes of just talking. My throat is dry, but not killing me at least, so there's that. Ah. Yeah. Should have turned on. Oh. No, where would you get that idea? I would never mock my treasured viewers. That's lies. Liable. Literally liable. You can't trust a single word that this man types. It's all lies. All of it. Wait. Man, it sure is gonna be awkward when I'm like the last one left alive in our little squad. That's gonna be weird. Man. So unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. The moment we land, huh? With your little controller joysticks, you think you're gonna out-turn me? When I'm using a mouse? Really? I have all the advantages, Weeb. I have the high ground. Just saying. I heard you. Where would you hear that? You've watched me play Valorant. I mean, somebody's gotta call in the reinforcements. Yeah, that's what happens in Valorant. You die. It's just part of the game. Okay? The difference is whether or not you hit the flick shot on the random person who's hiding in the corner who surprises you, which I do rather a lot. Well, I did rather a lot when I played Valorant, which I don't because that game is not as much fun. But I'm getting distracted again. Also, you'll be blind, Alto. You still have your eyes. Like, come on now. You'll be fine. Remember to just look. Just pick up the samples. That's all I ask, is pick up the samples. The samples are the most important thing to get out. Let's be honest here. Then play more League. Uh-huh. What part makes you think that I'm not gonna drag you? Anyway. That is it for me today. I figure I should just stay in it. It's, you know, usual social stuff. We have YouTube. I don't know what I just typed. I don't know what I just typed. You team? Don't. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, when are you getting your, like, femboy cat model, huh? When's that happening? Hmm? I win. Anyway. Alright, Twink, whatever. Same difference. Well, it's not. It's actually very different, but you are not cat-coded. That is a blatant lie. You literally said the other... Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go do nothing in particular. Yeah. Definitely not shooting Alto multiple times with a large caliber weapon. That won't happen, don't worry about it. If you want to see more, links below, of course, to main channel on YouTube and the VOD channel. And I guess Twitter if you really feel like going there, but it's empty, decrepit place full of nothing that I do nothing with. So, I'll catch you next time, whenever that is, because I'm like the wind, kind of. I wander. You are the wanderers. I also wander. I've decided. You're the wanderers. You're wandering. Deal with it. Cry about it. Whatever. Okay, first off, the links won't show up in the VOD anyway. I will of course get the last word, because the last word is bye.